Welcome to another episode of The Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Marlon Humphreys.
New Pat.
New Pat's here. That's Lloyd Johnson. And, hey, old fucking Pat's here, too.
Old Pat.
Old Patrick Seta.
Gonna break my hip. Oh, wait. I already did that.
We also have Mark Borison from the Jungle Gems podcast and a friend of the show. He's an actor. He's a director. He's a fucking
Cincinnati's
everything.
top 10 cuties.
Yeah, dude. He's a dirty little whore. And he's got an OnlyFans. Give it up, boys! All right. That's all you get. Do you can with goodies. Let's start with that.
Plus three,
Thank you, because I definitely don't want to keep carrying them.
What is in the bag?
I brought you a couple jars. So a couple weeks ago on the show, I had this guy, Kai, come on. And Kai owns this hot sauce company here in town called Dude, Seriously? And we did a whole bit where we went and bought a bunch of people's groceries in the store and like had them tell us stories that would make us respond with, dude, seriously. But he's, in addition to the sauce, which has been pretty successful, he's like a multiple-time winner of Jungle Jim's Weekend of Fire Hot Sauce Festival. But he got some notoriety. He built a hot sauce vending machine, which is now at the Oakley Kitchen up in Oakley, if not Claire. So it's fucking cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, he gave me a bunch of jars of sauce, so I've been handing these out to guests and stuff like that. I'm sorry I didn't bring more with me, but here's a couple jars for you, boys.
Fuck yeah. What is
Dude, seriously?
Can we open this up and try it out?
Yeah, go for it.
What is it? Dude, seriously hot sauce. All right. Is it like hot as fuck? Is it?
No,
gonna,
it's like
it's gonna ruin me, man.
No, it's like
You're
just,
going to be
it's
like,
delicious
dude,
hot
seriously?
sauce. Right.
Dude, seriously, it's good.
All right. Okay. All right.
I think it's great. Like, it's got a lot of flavors. Like, Cody, you'll appreciate this with your food knowledge. Look at the ingredients list.
Oh,
Dude, seriously, down the whole bottle.
Hey,
Yeah.
it says I'm gay. Come on.
It's so crazy, right? Like, you know, in
Red bell
2022.
peppers, yellow bell peppers, green bell peppers. There's fucking jalapenos, habaneros, banana peppers, Anaheim, serranos, Thai chilies, poblanos, cayenne, garlic, sugar, vinegar, onion. This is a great.
You made
fucking-
You're
one of
actually
those
just
words
singing a
up.
Jimmy Buffett song.
Try it right now.
I want to try it, but it's so hard to open.
So my first thought before I met them and before I tried it, I was kind of like, man, that is a lengthy ingredient list. That's
Yeah.
kind of wild. I'm surprised it has so many angles to this. And then I tried it. I was like, oh, cool. Any of my like misgivings, I was like, holy shit, was stupid of me to feel that way. It's fucking delicious. It's got a lot of flavor going on. It's hot, but it's not like nuclear or anything like that.
Put my fingy.
I think it's delicious. I think it's amazing.
Not
Dude,
the booger
seriously,
finger.
That's great.
Not the
Yeah.
book. Oh, dang.
You're
don't-
first.
I don't know how my
Or
hotkeys
slide
got
it
fucked
down.
up.
Slide it down to Lloyd's. Patrick.
That's right.
Boys, excuse me
Oh,
while I
Patrick.
fix my hotkeys. I'll be right back.
Cool.
Keep talking.
Oh, wait, okay. I just want to make
That's
sure.
not that bad.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Oh,
not that bad.
it is a little
Hot sauce in
zesty.
general. I'm kidding. It's
No,
got way more. I'm
Dude,
just being a dick.
seriously? That's really good.
No,
Get the plugs in, boys.
He's got the cap.
I've
I think Cody does.
I've steered away
Just
from.
put on the table here. This is
I've steered away from a lot of spicy foods.
yeah.
Just
Why
because,
is
like,
that, Marlon?
Because, well, you know,
Let me
I
interview
like
you.
I like to enjoy my foods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I
I've had
enjoy it.
some spicy foods, and I've sweated while I eat, and I don't.
Well,
it feels like I'm doing too much.
Sweating while you eat. Who wants to do that? to be
Exactly.
honest? Like, that's too hot.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
3 million Schofield or whatever ridiculous
right.
shit.
So,
Who
like,
does
if I
this?
go to,
don't know
like,
anything about that, so I might be wrong.
3 million. What, Patrick? What was the
What is
term?
it?
What was the term?
I don't know. What is it?
No, I didn't hear you. Can you one more time? Well, I didn't hear him. What? Why is everybody laughing? I didn't hear. What's the unit of measurement for heat?
3 million heat points.
I believe he said Schofield.
I think that's what it
What is
yeah,
that?
that's what it
A
said.
rifle from the cowboy days, Patrick? Shoot your eye out with that thing, kid.
Heat
What is it,
points
though?
was
I'm
such
curious.
a good
Say it.
save, though.
It's-
Can we just be
Scoville.
real?
Scoville. Oh.
Or
sorry.
Scoville, yeah.
Such a
I
little
don't know
thing.
my heat.
No, dude, heat points
It's
was
fine.
a way better recovery than fucking
Yeah,
Heat points,
for
though.
sure.
Heat
I
points
like
was
heat
a solid
points.
recovery.
Why isn't it heat points?
Because
That's what I'm calling it
some
from now
fucking
on.
Dude was so high. Ego ruins all of existence, okay?
Yeah.
And some fucking dude was like, we should call it heat points. And he's like, wait a second. I'm James Scoville. It should be fucking Scoville.
Yeah, but, like,
fuck you, dude.
You can't.
Like he's an oil tycoon.
I can't wait to name something stupid to Mark.
You can't have
Like
some
Daniel
dumb.
Day-Lewis plays him in the movie and shit like that. Yeah,
You can't have some
I
dumb
drink your
name
hot
like that.
sauce.
The There Will Be Blood of hot sauces. Yeah, dude. I love that. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say, Luke?
You can't have some bitch ass name like that.
Yes,
and
you
go
can.
titling
My
stuff.
name's Cody. I can have some bitch ass.
No,
name
see
like that.
now Cody is whack because there's so many Codys. But Hucker's got something there. It just depends on what you're labeling or naming after Hucker. You know what I mean?
A street where you find prostitutes?
No, like
Take a right on
a
Hucker.
Hucker sounds like something you would use to throw something a far distance.
Or a big
Or-
spit loogie, you know.
Oh, that was a Hucker.
That's a real Hucker right there, boys.
Or something you would find in like climbing equipment. Like, oh, he fell.
Okay.
I found his Huckers.
What
right
delicious
here.
It's Hucker broke.
Yeah.
What
just-
delicious chocolates do you have melting in your hands
They're
right
not
now?
chocolates, dude. They're worse. I just remembered.
They're worse?
I had leftovers in this bag. I have so many of these
Are you not a
fucking
chocolate guy? Is
Oh,
that-
I love chocolate,
All
but
right.
these are just not chocolates. I am definitely chocolate. Look at me. Do you think I'd fucking let them get hot in my hand? I'm neurotic as fuck. That shit would have been separately on the bag. I'm like, stay as far away from any heat source as possible. We're
Yeah.
gonna enjoy this. But no, these are these, and these were also deceptively
Chinese
Not,
as hell.
yeah, they were deceptively not spicy though. They're labeled as ultra spicy peanut snack, but they're like less spicy than that hot sauce.
Let's
for
fuck
sure.
them up. Let's
Yeah,
go,
here.
buddy.
You guys take one. You guys take one.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
crack
you.
this
Appreciate all
Next
the
time I
goodies,
come,
dude.
we'll actually plan a whole thing. I'll bring a bunch of ridiculous shit.
I'll take it.
I just brush my teeth and then start drinking rum and coke. So
Yeah, that would fucking.
Do you not
be
like
terrible.
spicy things?
Have you guys ever
I don't
eaten
mind spicy
durian
things, it
before?
just-
We can do that.
already
I'm
weird
down to
flavor,
eat
so-
durian.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
That's the
I've
fart
had
food,
durian a bunch
right?
of
yeah.
times, yeah.
It's like it's almost
tried
like
one.
gasoline and like old onions that you,
You know
left in a
what though?
bag.
You know what though?
It smells like rotting like fucking roadkill, but the taste of it is like just a yogurty sweet. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like kind of tropical fruit. When I first tried it, I'm like, and then as I put it in my mouth and ate it,
The
it
only-
was instantly the smell went away from me.
The only bad part is like smell is so much of a component of how you taste
Right.
things that it kind of like I can't do durian.
Yeah, these aren't bad.
If for a goof, yeah, it's fine, but
Right.
I just if the smell component of it wasn't there, I'd be
Yeah,
great
I
with
mean,
it.
it is
It
intense.
stinks like butthole. And
Yeah,
I
for sure.
don't
You're
fuck
just
with
like,
it.
oh my god, how many rusty pennies are in there? You know,
My asshole or the durian fruit?
both honestly.
Well, 7.
Yo, perfect.
What about the
And
durian?
Which one?
fruit? If anybody's gonna know, do we set this up properly? I feel like we didn't.
No, I think we just dove in.
All right. All
We
right,
expected the audience to keep along. This is the MCU of podcasts. I show up on different shows, and you're just supposed to fucking play along. It's been on a streaming service for a little bit, so some of the audience fell off, but
Set this up, dude. How did you get this? You were actually teasing this. The last time we had Mark Borison in studio was the COVID days, back when Pat was still the host, and he was setting up how something cool as fuck was in the works, and I was like, what's cool that's in the works, Mark? And he's like, I can't talk about it right now. I'll come back on when it all gets set up.
Yeah.
And then he announces it like on Facebook and shit like that, and it's like,
And he's instantly more successful than us.
grocery store podcast. I was like, grocery store podcast? I'm like, well, he's my friend, so I have to be nice. I'm like,
Right.
how
I get
nice.
it. I appreciate it.
And then I
Nice
went up
enough.
there and I showed up.
You were like
at,
one of the first people I saw in the studio, actually, once I started.
Yeah, me and an ex-girlfriend were up at Jungle Gyms, and I was like, my buddy actually was talking about how there's like a podcast studio up here, like that they built. I'm expecting it's a fucking broom closet that they've retrofitted, and there's gonna be like the Jungle Gyms podcast sign, but it's kind of hanging to the right side a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's shit stains on it because it doubles down as a unisex bathroom. Like
It's crazy that you remember.
Nah,
Yeah.
dude, they just reworked the entire front entrance.
No,
I-
it's it's insane. They
Yeah.
fucking Jungle and his brother were like, here's just I don't know, $20,000 for a studio. Here's a giant table. Here's some SM
Sevens?
Yeah, SM
Yeah, that-
sevens, the Joe Rogan mics, the
Yeah,
fucking
that was
high
really all it
quality
came down to.
shit.
Like, look, we just need to look like we know what we're doing. That's the real truth.
I went in there bewildered.
Yeah.
Like I saw you. I was there getting ready for my cousin's bachelor party.
Yeah, I came and crept up on you. That
You
was
did.
a fun day. I was like,
and you were like, you got to go see it before you leave. And I was like, I plan on it. So
Yeah.
I made my purchase, right? And I've got my cart of groceries. I'm like, all right, now to find this place. And I'm walking around Jungle Gyms, lost immediately.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, let's just approach it from the outside. So I'm
a good
walking
move.
around, all around the outside with my Jungle Gyms grocery cart. And I fucking finally managed to find the entrance to this place, and I just walk in with my grocery cart. Even though there's signs all over the bitch. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, don't bring in your grocery cart.
yeah. That's actually amazing.
So can we
I
talk
made
about
it right into the front lobby, like right outside of everything. And before someone finally stops me, they're like, whoops. And I was like, my bad. And they're like, yeah, there's just signs everywhere. And I was like,
You're like, I'm illiterate.
and And they're
Dude,
like,
somebody's got to do that to somebody one time, you know, and they'd be like, well, what do we do now?
they were like,
Read it to me.
they were like,
I just know
I
there's
should have just challenged them, just one up.
Can you just read it to me?
But
way
they,
to throw my dyslexia in my face. Thank you.
I mean, they did the next best thing. They're like, you can leave it right
Hold
here,
on, wait.
and I'll
You've got
watch it
dyslexia
for
now?
you.
What?
Oh, that would have been a new discovery.
I was like, how you wait fucking 80 episodes to tell us? Come
mean,
on.
technically
We could have
I-
been making fun of you 79 episodes ago. What
Technically, I
happened?
do have a kind of dyslexia, but it's not one that really matters. It's just I read in grouping of words, so I'm
So
bad
you-
at spelling.
You
Quit
have
picking on him.
You have read faster dyslexia?
It doesn't really read faster. I just read in clumps, so it fucks up the way you spell because you just never look at the way words are actually spelled.
Interesting.
It means he reads the book half-assed.
Yeah. You mean you skim the pages, dude?
So
I wish I had a diagnosis for like why I took shitty Cliff Notes.
you could
I
have.
wish that in
We
school
just missed it.
I had a medical prognosis for why I was doing terribly and getting a C in class.
But
if only I could have a fucking diagnosis.
Isn't it kind of great now though that like you really like school kind of just didn't matter? Like they invented YouTube and you're like, I could probably fucking learn almost everything on there except
Yeah.
for like if I wanted to be a doctor or like actually make a difference.
You could probably do that on YouTube at
Nah.
this point. There's fucking
Have you
everything there.
seen?
What isn't there?
No, hold on. Have
And
you
what
guys
is it?
seen
It's
the
on
metaverse?
Masterclass.
Have you seen the metaverse?
I've not yet.
They've been saying
some gay
that
Marvel
on the
shit, dude?
metaverse you can actually do heart surgery reenactments before you do it.
That's
in
crazy.
person.
But you gotta do it with Mark Zuckerberg, so it sucks. And the whole time he's just saying super
Like I
annoying
can't find
shit.
it. Like
yeah.
like they send you in there. To
Oh, I
find the
like
heart,
barbecue
but you can't.
sauce. Have you ever had barbecue sauce? You're like, shut the fuck up, dude.
That was the weirdest.
The Sugar
Easily.
Rays.
ever.
Yeah, sugar
yeah.
rays.
So we're just smoking meats.
That is what I'm calling that brand forever now.
What is
I'm
the
gonna- I'm
story
gonna
here,
email
boys?
them.
What happened?
No,
it
we
was-
were
it
asking
was-
me about something else, right? Luke was just talking about how he can't read signs. That was what I last remember, and you pushed a cart.
That's because he gets too high in his car. He's fucking driving with his knees while he's lighting up a 3-foot bong, and he's like,
He
I don't know what it is, dude.
absolutely
Can't,
not wrong.
yeah, I can't.
That's amazing.
Can't read the signs because I got a gas mask on, and there's 3 inches of fucking
So,
weed
like,
smoke
you don't
in
actually
my
use a
eyes
gas
as
mask?
All time.
I'm driving.
Absolutely anytime I'm about to go grocery shopping, even though I was only there to pick up hard liquor and a couple of snacks.
Dude,
I
Faded.
fucking I'm smoking
Faded.
before I leave to get in the car, and then I've got something rolled with me. So as soon as I start to pull into the piece, I'm smoking it up too. As soon as I park, I put
Smoking
it out.
up. How the fuck
then
old
I'm
are you,
going in, dude.
Mr. Humphreys?
You know, I'm a cool age of 33.
Do you really use that gas mask?
yes, of course. While he's driving.
It's been. I took
God,
it
that
to the
thing
to the
looks like
bachelor
it
party.
sucks.
How
That
else-
was the last time I used
How
it.
else are you going to see your cancer and dementia-ridden grandmother unless you're 3 gas mask bong rips?
You want to hear how
Okay?
how moments
only
of
way.
that bachelor party went? Everyone is downstairs doing bachelor party things. My friend has revealed to everyone that he has brought an Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest 2.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I obviously have to
need
try
do-
this.
Yeah, I need to do heart
I'm
surgery.
drunk.
Tons of fun.
I've been smoking weed.
Can I-
So I'm like, I'm upstairs by myself. This is a bachelor party for my cousin that I'm the best man of. I should be downstairs celebrating with everyone else. I am upstairs, absolutely shit-faced, drunk, and high, and I'm just screaming about how dope it is I'm fighting back-to-back with Darth Vader.
Oh, you played Vader Immortal?
Yes.
Dude, that's
Yes.
sick.
And then I started playing the climb, and I was like, I gotta sit down.
This
You
was
got
the-
motion sickness?
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I played it for 4 hours one night. It was Blood and Truth or whatever. It was like
Yeah.
basically it's a Call of Duty, but you're an art thief and you do this. You
The
rob
level
like an
in-
interactive museums.
That level in the museum in particular where you first get that paint gun
Oh yeah,
was so fucking awesome.
I have no
the
fucking
game
idea
was
what we're
it's
talking
really
about.
fun.
But
It's
where
just
are
a
we at
VR
right
game,
now?
VR
Yeah,
game,
yeah, it's
and
just-
just talking about how it makes you sick. But I played it for like 4 hours,
What
and
is
I had
the
like
VR game? Set it up so I can pull
Blood
up the
and
videos.
Truth.
Blood and Truth.
yeah,
all right.
Blood and Truth.
All right. Keep telling it.
Not
Come
that
on.
important to the story though. But
Yeah,
basically,
definitely
I
aside.
just I played it for 4 hours, and I started having a headache. And I was like, man, I should probably stop. And I took it off, and dude, I felt so sick. I've never been motion sickness in my life. It ruined my entire night. I was in bed all day. I almost threw up the whole time. It was horrible. I don't know what the fuck that was about.
When I bought Resident Evil 4 on the Quest 2, after you
Sick.
play it 4 days in a row for more
This
than
is
an
the
hour,
game?
it kills it. It kills the motion sickness.
So what's the idea here? What are you doing?
Oh,
It's a
that wasn't
first-person
important
shooter?
to the story. It was just a game I was playing, but basically it's kind of like Call of Duty, but you're like a thief. So
But
it's kind of
also
cool. Like when
like a
you're shooting
special
at people,
ops
you
guy.
can like put your gun behind your back, or pull out when you reload. You can like go down. It's pretty cool.
This looks so tight.
It
Like,
looks
this-
set
really-
up like
dude,
the RE.
It's
My
really
brother-
well done. You set up C4
Yeah,
in
it's
one
exactly
place,
like
and you have to like put
RE4.
it together. And then there's like another level where you go inside this art museum, and everything's interactive with a weird artistic like VR thing. Like you just put your hands out, and all these lights get attracted to it, and you feel like you're about to do Dragon Ball moves or something. You know what I mean? So
They need to
it's
make
pretty
that
cool.
game where you could just fly around at will. Like you would for sure throw up. You would be 20 minutes deep before
They have
you
that.
puked all over.
Iron
the
Man VR?
It's called Boneworks.
Oh,
Boneworks? We're looking this up. Boneworks.
Boneworks
People
looks
make
awesome.
themselves Spider-Man and shit. in
Have
that
you guys
game.
seen the one where you can fucking stab people up close, like in their fucking
Blood and
I have that.
Sorcery.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's coming to PSVR too, so get a PS5.
I
You'll
have
get
it. I have it on my Quest 2. It's fucking amazing.
What's this game?
It
that we
looks
just
like a
talked about?
blast.
It's still in development, so like spells are still worked on, but the one that's perfected is the gravity one.
Yeah.
So you can like combine when you got it
This is
in
in
both
Blood and
hands.
Sorcery?
Yeah.
yeah, it's
All
cool
right,
as fuck. It's
When
like
you
Gladiator
you
Simulator.
can combine both gravity magics in both hands. You can't do it with fire or lightning, but when you combine it with gravity, you create this giant ball, and then when you rip it open, within like a 30
Yeah.
feet radius, everyone starts to float. Like they have no control, and you can just grab them out of the air, throw them.
I see a lot of-
just bring them and impale them.
I see a ton of mods on the game, and I saw one the other day of like if you were a Sith in real life, and it was Blood and Sorcery where you had lightsabers and you're
Yeah.
cutting people in
I
half,
have
or
to-
you'd
shit,
stab
cool.
someone in the head, lift them up, and then you'd cut them
Funny
in
enough,
half.
he found
I
one
need
of
to
the
be
lights.
Dude,
able-
they did blade and sorcery fucking lightsabers and shit like that. Holy
if
balls,
you want to
let's
figure
go,
out
boys.
hooking up my Oculus to a PC, we can
Yes.
download these mods.
You have
right
to do.
now.
You can do it at my house. We can't do it on this PC. The integrated
we'll do it.
graphics on the chipset won't work. But
We'll
bring it
fuck
over.
with it. That's my favorite arena right there.
Awesome.
Because you can
yeah.
use the sword to
We can set
slide
this up-
down zip lines.
You know how much room I got in my living room? Let's just come over and let's set it up in my living room. Like
down.
that would be fucking sick. Let's do it.
I remember when
This looks amazing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, how
I,
does this game not exist? It's because Disney owns Star Wars.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
they're fucking pussies, dude. Look at that. Look at that. He fucking threw it behind the dude's head and then used the force to call the saber back. That would have chopped people's heads off.
Awesome.
Anybody just listening to
Oh!
this, watch the YouTube video. Bastard Sermon YouTube. Go and
for
fucking
sure.
subscribe if you're not subscribed yet.
I've seen some other mods where they you could be like Spider-Man. You can swing around.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
in Boneworks.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Cody.
You're good.
I
You're
can't.
good.
You
Don't worry
can't
about
get Boneworks from the Quest store. You have to
I can't.
download that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should have bought more beers. Is all I'm thinking.
Sean had the best VR.
I could have brought it.
Sean Moore. He had. Do you remember playing VR at his house? He had those
Yeah.
sensors on the ceiling, and if you're playing it, you can physically
He's got
walk
the
around
best
the
kind.
world. And then
He
if
has
you
the
get
best
too close
kind.
to the wall,
He was
a
so
purple
mad when he
wall
caught me
would show
jerking
up.
off in there, dude. He never let me live it down.
I remember one time he showed me porn on that thing.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
It was
It's
interesting.
not that bad.
You need to be locked into a device. You need
Right.
You need a locked
It's
door
like-
before
yeah.
before you play that game.
Locked into a device?
No, you
lock the
need-
door.
Like the auto sucktron?
Yeah, dude.
You just-
need to lock your
But it
penis
need- it-
into a box,
it
into the
needs to be-
Suck-O-Matic 3000, and just let it have its way with you, dude.
And you get the premium plus package, so
That means your butthole's included. Yeah.
It's like I really
crab
am
claw.
fucking
they got
milfs near
Benoit
me.
balls, they got
Or-
crab claws, they
Or
got-
just have a really good friend who has a flashlight on the end of a drill.
Or
now.
you do me, I do
just
you.
have a really good friend.
You
Yeah.
spun my dick and balls off. I was an impact drill. I didn't even know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm very sorry.
woof.
I had the Oculus on too. I was playing a game.
Well, you had your fucking.
I was playing Power Washer Simulator, and that's why I was shaking so much.
How fucking upset do you think Rachel will leave you if she walked in? Pat was like, "Damn, dude, Rachel's not off for 2 more hours. She gets off work early, opens the door. Pat's there. He's got the VR on, big titty hose in
I've
fucking
asked her
VR,
this.
and he's got an impact drill with a flashlight on the end of it, just spinning his dick right there, and firing lube with the other hand, spinning with one, firing lube first in
yeah,
the dick,
grease
and
the
then
wheels.
yeah, and then he has to grease up the actual
man.
machine because he's been spinning it for so
I've
long.
asked her like,
Would
what-
she leave you?
No, she wouldn't. She would be weirded as fuck out probably.
Why?
It would strain the relationship.
Because it's strange. But I mean, what am I? I'm not cheating.
What kind
you
of
know.
vanilla shit do you do in the bedroom that you'd be weirded out? You don't don't spin around on your penis inside of your inside.
What do you mean,
wife?
vanilla? She says it's not that weird. Just whatever. It's probably awkward.
It's probably awkward.
That was what we talked about when I
feel
asked
like
her about it.
it's like
It's
anything
super
else.
awkward. I mean,
Is
you-
marital
if you
sex
didn't-
different from just regular getting pussy? Like,
no,
is
it honestly feels no different than dating. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that's different is just like tax
Papers.
benefits and shit like that.
So you mean like when you put the ring on, the vagina doesn't morph into like what you've always
What?
seen wanted it to be? A guy's butthole.
What?
Yeah, the vagina warps to a guy's butthole now that you're married.
What the
Imagine that metamorphosis.
Oh my god.
It actually turns into a hairy butthole.
3 days after the marriage, the woman's
Turn
vagina
into
decides
Cody's
to leak
asshole.
a chrysalis right over itself. In a week's time, the vagina will then transform into a man's anus.
It actually complains by dragging itself across the carpet. A mixture of blood and shit comes out of it and writes how you didn't get the dishes done on the.
That's
On the hardwood
closer.
floor.
That's closer to reality. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The bullshit
Very
you
accurate.
You've
saw
been
right now.
married like 6 times.
Two.
Yeah, that's like 6
The fuck is
times.
that 6?
That's so many more
It
times.
was
than
You've
one
been
extra too
married?
many,
That is
evidently.
crazy.
In
Fucking
dog
2?
marriages.
Can I?
And dog, man.
Have you really been married 6 times?
Twice.
4.
Twice.
It's 4 times.
Why are they saying 6 times?
Because he's a fucking
3.
idiot.
It's 3 times.
Yeah, you were
Cody,
teaching her
no,
about
no,
basic
no. Why
am
human
I saying he
anatomy
was married
before
6
this podcast started.
The guy that said just now, Patrick, if you put a ring on a girl's finger, her vagina will morph into a man's butthole. Why did I say it was 6? I don't know. I have no idea.
No, I don't know why either.
Clues. Context clues.
I expected better. At least 5.
On the show.
You have been married twice. That's bananas to me. That's too many times.
I was
That's
married once.
I agree.
too many times.
I agree.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Mrs. Humphreys?
Did you almost get engaged? Did that ever happen to you?
Well, yeah, I was seeing a sweet thing, and
Sweet thing.
my time on the road
Shut the
really
fuck
took me
up.
away from it.
What was his name?
Zachary.
Nice. How big was his dick? Huge?
Nah,
I imagine you like monster dogs, dude. Something that you could sword fight with.
it wasn't. It wasn't the size. It was just how he looked at me when he was holding it
Yeah.
that mattered.
What was the look?
It was like
Colin Kaepernick when he was
pure
It
kneeling.
was it was the look you give to like.
A kneeling Kaepernick.
He actually had to marry.
As soon as he started, I was like, "Don't fucking do this."
I was
to me.
like,
He actually.
It wasn't a lead him to. I don't know your life.
He actually had to marry Jungle Jim to get the podcast together.
That's actually. And now we're back
Please
there.
trim it.
So that was how we got the studio made.
How did this happen?
I got a
The studio
question.
for yeah.
Does Jungle Jim get mass puss?
I would guess. I mean, if he does, he doesn't make it clear.
Is he listening to
Is
this?
Jungle
I hope
slanging?
so.
Is Jungle
No, I don't
slanging
think he
dick?
would.
Dude, Jungle, you look like you
Bro.
sling dick and you
Swinging
snort blow.
past his
I mean,
I want to
knees.
do bumps if with fucking. I want to do bumps with Jungle in the back by the bananas, like behind the bananas, with the fish guy, with the dude that guts the fish.
Go meet him and see if he will.
I promise, all 3 of those guys are doing bumps
Nah,
back there.
dude.
Then we're gonna come out.
In
We're
the
gonna drink
fishing
fucking
boat office.
Yes,
and the cheese
exactly.
guys. For sure, the
He-
cheese
nah,
guys.
And the cheese guys. Yes,
he
the
fucking
fucking,
he sits
whoever's
the girl.
making ghost pepper cheese for sure. He's in on the
I
bump.
He
The
sits
real-
the girl on the throne of the Rice Krispie treat drummer, and he fucks her right there up in the rafters.
That would be amazing.
Has her on the fucking soup swing.
Oh my god, dude! See,
Imagine if you just walked the Jungle Gyms and Jungle Gyms was just pounding,
fucking just-
pounding snatch.
He's
like,
just got a. He's
right
just got
in
a
the
ladder.
camera
Fucking
soup swing.
He's
Dude,
just,
it's 3 p.m.
oh my god!
he's literally just standing on a ladder in front of the soup thing. He's like, yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm not
going
putting
for
anything
it.
permanent.
Now you come into Jungle Gyms and Jungle and a woman is dead because they fallen 30 feet trying to get up.
They're in the airplane thing.
They just fell.
Oh fuck, dude.
I have a serious Jungle
How did
Jim's
Jungle
question.
die?
Does Jungle fucking
He
Jungle
plummeted
Gyms?
30 feet. Why were his pants off?
I mean, how
the
could-
woman was fully clothed.
My man's got 2 industrial-sized grocery stores. He's not using it to fuck or do bumps ever. Come on,
I
Jungle.
know it's like such a letdown, right? Like all the
Monorail.
Does he have a-
Monorail. Doing
the
rails on the
works.
monorail.
There it is. Yeah, exactly.
Does he have a secret
I
office?
Rail for you. That's I thought that.
Does he have
would
like a
be thing.
doomsday bunker in
That's a good
Jungle
question.
Gyms?
Now that I know, one of the rumors that we did always hear though was that like he has tunnels under the building that go to his house, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a
What?
That's
to
like
say,
there's so
to
many.
say that's out of the question is fucking ludicrous.
Dude, if I was grocery store Lex Luthor like Jungle Gyms, dude,
Exactly. It's the reason he has 2 fucking
Fucking
Jungle
Jungle
Gyms
Bezos.
themed locations. Exactly. Why the fuck wouldn't he have underground bunkers or fucking?
It's like a
tunnels to
Dr.
his
Evil
house?
thing underneath.
Yes.
It's like I feel like he's so committed to the joke aspect of it that like that type of shit never seems to happen. Like you have to just think way more silly. It's always like
You know
it's like
what?
sort of goofy
Here
shit.
it is.
Like
Here it's
Was
like
he
the
a clown?
monorail. Like it was a thing he thought of and developed. Like we got the schematics. We're gonna dig out the tunnels. They got the tunnels, right? They got it fortified. They got it secured.
Right.
Then they started fitting it in. They were like, what am I doing? This is for me. What if I were to bring in, like guests maybe to check out like
With
the
his fingers
down
up?
here.
Yes.
Right. So he starts setting up the jungle theme, right? There's fake moss. He's bringing in a couple of trees because they can
Yep.
survive on the soil from the tunnel. You know what I mean? But
The
then,
soil- the
but then
tunnel
they're like,
soil.
they're
Building
like,
an
"Hold
underground
on."
jungle.
Tunnel soil.
Oh my god!
That's just clay, my friend. I don't know if you know how the Earth works.
No, it's not. Hold on.
And he said
And
it goes
There's
silly,
no
so he's just
more
like,
fertile soil.
He's like, hold on. We need. What if we were to bring in like canaries in case like we start to
mine
lose
shit?
oxygen, right? So he brings in canaries.
Jungle's got a
but not just canaries. He's like, let's bring in messenger squirrels to like run the
Okay.
tunnels. Now there's
Dude,
now
eat
like
some-
I can't
hold
believe how-
on,
I can't
hold
believe how
on,
Dude,
much
eat
he's
some
got.
hot
Hold
peanuts
on.
and shut the
Hold
fuck up,
on.
dude.
Now because he's got all these other animals and critters, roaming around the tunnels. One of them is bound to get out.
So I had a
one
great
of them
job.
is bound to get
It's
out.
an Indominus
And
Rex.
So they get out, right? And they're like, "Hey, possum, bro. There's these sweet tunnels, no humans, right?
Okay.
So he's bringing down possum bros, raccoon broads.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He's bringing them all down, and now it's gotten out of hand. Jungle has
Raccoon broads.
he has no control over the tunnel system anymore. There
What the
wasn't any
fuck?
security installed. There weren't any like shutter floodgate
Well, you wouldn't
doors or
think
anything.
that the
Right,
raccoons.
right.
And the,
So now it's just
it makes
closed
sense.
off.
It's an animal uprising we
They
weren't prepared
just
for.
closed it off.
You nailed it. This
it's,
is the first
it's
Is this a
a
what if?
semi-sewer type deal under there
Oh
now.
my
so, but then he
fucking
commits to the funny. He's like, let's just fill it with jelly.
dude. Oh my
It's
God.
filled with apricot preserves.
Yeah.
No, it'd have to be like fucking chia seed, fucking. I don't know.
It'd be
something
like
weird.
some
dragon fruit.
We would just
preserves.
use like bun maman. Like one of the
no,
good
it'd
like
just be the most
international
basic
brands.
shit, like just that, like barely not clear apple
Mustard.
jelly.
We filled one side of the underground tunnel with hoisin, the other side with yum yum sauce, and now
Mark.
we're gonna pull the
want the
gates
hat?
open.
Serious question. Do you have Jungle Jim's number?
Yes.
Yeah,
Could
no
you
shit,
text
that's
him
a-
right now and
doesn't-
ask if he has an
doesn't- pull
this
underground
mic
jungle?
to you.
That would be amazing.
Pull this mic right to you,
Yeah,
to your
right. No,
mouth.
he does not text.
No, it
No,
would just
for
be
real.
a hot
Old
mess
school.
of emojis.
He always does this bit and it always cracks me up. He'll be like, I got one of these. I'll bust out his little flip phone. And he's like, yeah, I don't do any of that other shit.
You know what that is?
What's that?
That's fucking
The burner?
No, that's laying the basis of a lie. He's laying it down. He's like, nobody will suspect I got the touch screen with all the connects, the hose.
I love the idea that
You know
Jungle
what I'm
has a
saying?
burner
He's
celly.
playing dumb. He's playing dumb. Are you saying this multi-million-dollar man who's running 2 jungle-themed grocery
He's got-
stores
alright, you're
doesn't
right.
know how to operate a Galaxy Note?
Yeah, dude, he doesn't know how to get a fucking time card from fucking Walmart.
He doesn't know how to deal with the smartphones? Of course he does.
No, you're not thinking about it right.
Sorry,
You're
burning hot cherry on my fingers.
Oh,
I had
shit.
to move
Take a
that. Real.
little-
I'm hoping
He's
for the
flame
underground
retarded.
jungle.
Yeah, I mean, look,
You said
I like
So-
the idea
you
of
said
the
the word wrong.
underground jungle.
we have a basement that they're trying to like lease out. It's like 8,000 square feet. I'm like, can we? I don't know.
Lease
fake
out
the
to
moon
what?
landing?
What would go underneath the jungle
Dude, we did a
gyms?
whole episode where we were talking about like things that we thought we could do. We tried to put an arcade in there.
That's
Really,
pretty cool.
That would have been fucking
Mark,
awesome.
talk right in the front of this. thing.
arcade?
Right in front of this one.
Yeah, the
I
thing
know.
doesn't pick stuff up well.
Can I,
I'm so
I have
sorry.
one more
You can move it
question
around.
about
Yeah.
jungle gyms. So the power went out when I was
Yeah.
out of town, and
Are you gonna be-
everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's so hot and shit!" Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened in jungle gyms? They throw away all that food.
Dude,
Turn on a bunch of fans.
So, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up.
I hate the character that he's become with his new outfit on, dude. He put
Yeah.
the outfit on and he got
Marlon
superhero-
Humphreys, 1 out of 5 stars, dude.
I'm just over.
You're so confident. Why
I'm
are you
just-
so confident?
I'm just traveling the Midwest right now with my cargo, and I'm just trying to make it to
Playing in my
Toronto.
Puddle of Mud tribute band.
You do look like a guy that always has like a clip-on belt amplifier just on the go.
Oh my god.
Just ready to shred and like you know how some dudes open carry an AR-15. He's just got a Stratocaster on his back, just ready to go, just ready.
I'm
Oh
ready
my
to
God,
play.
that's my
I'm ready to
2A
play
rights.
anywhere, anytime. Birthdays, get-togethers, Christmases. Just call me. Also Venmo me $5.
What's
I
the
think Pat-
Venmo?
At Marlon Humphreys.
Okay.
Cash money sign.
XOXO.
Yeah.
X.
Moving on. What were you
yeah.
saying? Sorry, I think you were.
What was
good.
I? I was saying. So at I saw you were posting that Jungle Gyms didn't
Oh,
have power
yeah,
for a
yeah.
while. Like, did they throw away all
video
that
about
food?
it.
No,
they have a whole shark there. Last time I was there, a whole fucking shark.
They played cops and robbers.
For
Why
2
wouldn't
days
you?
straight.
That would be a great That's a great place for it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's the beginning of the Zamir episode where I had
This one right
from
here?
Bourdain. Yeah. I think
Channel Jungle Gyms news here.
No, maybe not actually, because the store looks lit.
You have a whole side. I'll find it. Keep
Yeah,
talking.
there it is. Blackout is in the title. I'm sorry.
Dude, your video quality and everything you're doing is fantastic.
Thanks so much,
I gotta
appreciate
be
that.
honest with you. Everything I watch, I'm always super fucking impressed with.
I really
Do we have
appreciate
Not
that.
to
permission
suck your dick.
Do we have permission to play your content on the show
Yeah,
real quick?
I-
All right.
yeah.
I just don't want to get YouTube copyright striked. And
No,
if
it
we
should
do,
be fine. I think
we're coming to jungle, dude.
Well, if it does,
do we
just
know
fucking-
about the burner cellies in the tunnels? Come on.
Underground
jelly-
jungle.
Fill it with
Underground jelly tunnels and
Oh,
underground
shit.
fucking burner cellies, dude. We know about the whole operation.
How do you not
Remove
say
the
underground
copyright
jelly
strike, my
tunnel
guy.
and not smile?
Exactly.
Because
Because
of
I'm a
Mark's-
professional, Luke. That's how.
Listen, here's what's gonna happen,
Take
guys. This,
notes.
my next meeting with them, I'm gonna be like, look, what if we built a small tunnel and we filled it with jelly?
He's
Like,
like, who told
Hear
you
me
that?
out, Jungle.
That's a good idea.
told you that?
He seems like that guy, doesn't he?
I mean, he literally. I've been really blessed in life and being able to work for really cool people, but I think he's the best one ever.
Yeah.
Because like I've never felt understood by another human the way I feel understood by him, for real. Like he's just like come to the studio, he's like, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Listen, I got a crazy idea, and he'll just pitch me something crazy, and like
He made you a
I'm just
Orgy.
sitting there-
How do you feel about it? If he invited you to an orgy, would you go?
oh, I mean, how could you say no to that offer?
How you feel about jelly baths?
Yeah, I'm like, I bathed in chili. I'm kind of a pro. Oh shit.
no, but he
Yeah,
built-
imagine calling your employer and being like, "All right, Jungle, I made a joke online that went out of control, and now people are expecting me to bathe in a bathtub full of chili."
And what did he
And-
say?
and
No, fuck that. There's
Well-
no possible way we could do this.
He spit out his drink. Are you insane?
He spit
No.
a tooth out?
Sorry.
It was like literally the exact opposite. It was that moment of like, and for me, it was like total paranoia in that moment. And I just hear the phone pause for a second, and he's like, "Yeah, sounds great. Just be careful because you got carpets in there." And I was just like,
Is your
"Fuck
best
yeah,
bit
dude."
not on YouTube?
Which best bit?
The
That
fucking Skyline Chili
it was
or
a
Gold Star
Facebook
Chili?
stream. Yeah.
God damn it, put it on YouTube. What
I
are you
know.
doing?
I know.
Rip
I
the
honestly, I felt I'm so fucking mad about the whole thing because like
Why? What?
I had a
Bengal
lot of
guy,
weird
right?
things. So there was like that whole thing, the Bengal guy. I'll tell one of them off air, but like there was like merch made that was almost identical to the artwork we used that we released as a press release. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And like put out in the world. I mean, to give you an idea, like someone I hadn't talked to in a decade texted me and was just like, "Hey, Mark, hope this is still your number. I'm pumping gas at this UDF," and it was literally a news clip of me bathing in chili. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Well, it was like on the little screen at the
like
gas
little
pump.
thing, because they play like Local 12, and that was one of the
Yeah.
news stations that was there. So the whole thing just like left such a bad
Set the whole
taste in
stuff
my
for our
mouth.
listeners. That I know
fucking
you've told this
wild.
story a
No,
million
it's fine.
times.
I'll tell it a billion
Can
times
you
forever.
Restart the story so that all
Yeah.
the listeners know from start to finish.
Let me give them that
Don't interrupt,
Wikipedia
boys.
article.
Don't interrupt, boys.
Yeah,
There's a lot of us on mics right now, so easy. Everybody's excited.
As I keep interrupting you. I'm like, let me step on you. No, fucking.
Ow, my dick.
So I made it was. Look, I don't fucking watch football. I don't really watch sports. The night of the game before the championship, I was watching the X Games. So I had this moment of like, I knew the Bengals were doing well. Like, I'm not an idiot. I knew they were doing well. And I'm watching, it's like the USA Super Pipe Finals on the X Games. And I get this text message from my mom at the end of a run. It was like conveniently timed. She's like, "We fucking won." And I'm like,
Huh?
"You're watching the X Games too? That's fucking crazy." And I literally at that moment of like,
That was a crazy ski backflip that I just saw.
I was like, why we? This is like kind of an individual sport. And she's like, "The Bengals." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." So I do what I do, and I go on Facebook and Twitter, and I'm just like, "Hey,
That's
we
when-
won."
Wait, is that when they got the AFC Championship title?
I think it was the one right before that.
Okay.
Because I bathed, because the AFC Championship was the game right before the Super Bowl, right? Yes.
yeah.
Okay, so I bathed the day before.
No,
the AFC
I'm
Championship.
wrong. There was after the AFC, there was a Pro Bowl, and then there was another.
No, Pro Bowl isn't.
It isn't
you're fine.
related, but
Okay.
there is a Pro Bowl. What is after the AFC Championship?
The
Super Bowl.
BFC Championship.
The what?
Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we just said.
Okay.
right?
So no,
Yes.
we're just making sure.
Then
yeah.
you said no.
I was laughing. I was just
I'm new to this, man.
okay. Again.
All right, keep going. Keep
I
going.
love
Keep
it.
going.
So like I said, I get the message. She's like, "The fucking Bengals." So I get online, and I was like, all right, finally, Cincinnati, I get to bathe in Skyline chili.
Yay.
And like instantly, it was
Tagging Skyline in the post.
So what I not on Facebook, because I was on Facebook first, and it like in a second jumped up like over 100 likes real quick. I was like, oh fuck. Because like because I'm like that type of dude, right? Like where if I make a joke and it's like funny, and usually if I write it out, I'm probably willing to like suffer through it.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I was just like, I'll fucking
commit to the funny for sure.
Yeah, and I thought it would be hilarious. So then I take that post. This is where it gets fun. I take that post and I tweet a screenshot of that. It was like, hey, Skyline Chili.
Who supplied the tub?
So
Jolly Plumbing did. So I posted about that. Jolly Plumbing's like really funny. I've done like a little adjacent work for them before. I did like some video thing years ago, but they were like, holy shit, we want in on this. And I wrote to them. I was like, what are you willing to do? They're like, well, what do you need? I said, look, I want a tub that's comfortable enough for me to do a whole episode of my podcast from. And I really just don't want to clean it up. And they were like, yeah, that's cool. Also, we think we can gravity feed the line so we get the chili to come out of the faucet. I was like,
what?
Oh, my fucking God.
Did you fart in the chili?
I did not fart in the chili. So this is content you guys will really like. No, I didn't do any of that. Right before, I was like,
what if the first thing he did, he got into the fucking chili tub and he just pissed in there? And the dude comes up and tries to scoop it up.
Oh, two people ate out of the tub, guys. It was crazy.
Oh, dude, he pissed in that tub.
Really? People ate out of the
Hey,
tub.
I'm not scrubbing this.
That would have been perfect time to fart.
Tell them
Dude,
that.
he pissed in that tub. I know he pissed in that tub.
No, so what was really funny is I was so worked up about it beforehand. I was like, what the fuck do I need? I was worried
If
about.
anything, by the way, all his piss would do is make Gold Star taste more delicious. That's the only.
It needs that vinegar bend that I didn't have enough mustard. Yeah. No, getting in there, I was so fucking worked up about it because I'm sitting there the night. I didn't think about this until the night before, but I'm sitting in this room and I'm like, I wonder if there's like any fucking potential problems of like submerging your entire body in canned chili. It was like
soaking
salt content, any seasoning, and I'm reading it and I was like,
You're like,
oh,
am my
fuck.
leg
Did you
brace
look
is gonna
up,
get fucked up?
Yeah, right. I took them off. Just in
Human
case, right?
marination
on
Google?
Yeah, and the answer was they're like, a lot of people have reactions, like skin reactions to cinnamon, and obviously there's cinnamon in Cincinnati chili, and I was like, oh, man, I'm really looking forward to setting this whole event up and like having an allergic reaction in the first 5 minutes.
What if you found out
That was
that
good.
like Skyline Chili is
awesome.
like soaking in it like brought polio back? Like that's
I
You're
entered
like,
the,
oh, I survived rickets as a kid just to get polio or whatever. I don't know.
I got in the right timeline by Gold Star being the one that supplies
Didn't
it,
you actually
so.
get fucked up by a vaccine or something? What
Yeah,
happened?
that's how I got Guillain-Barré, which was the thing. So it has some
What's that?
polio-like symptoms actually, but like a nervous system disorder. So it totally paralyzed me
From
as a
the
kid.
vaccine?
So what's funny is it's gotten a little popularity because I think the fucking Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine was giving some people Guillain-Barré. So it was like that first time in my whole life where I'm like, yo, dude, this is the fucking thing. So I think mine was from whooping cough. What, it was a pertussis? I got the pertussis vaccine as a kid, and they think that's what happened.
What the fuck is pertussis?
The whooping cough?
Oh, okay.
It's like an ancient.
That's
it's
my
one of
baby's
those,
name.
and that's a great. You know what? But that's like a good case fucking for vaccines, right? Which is like, what's this thing I've never heard of? And you're like, we kind of eradicated it, right? But I had to get paralyzed. But even still, I was like, fuck it, let's go. So.
All right. Anyways, back to the
Sorry,
chili. though.
no.
Back to the chili.
Chili.
Sorry.
So in the chili.
That's my fault, by the way. Don't
No, I
apologize.
was so worried that I was going to have a really bad skin reaction that I just fucking panicked. And it was fine. So the day before the show, I went out and got like a roll of painter's tape and a bunch of Ziploc bags because I was like, I'm going to fucking put a Ziploc. I was like, a condom's not going to work. Like, I got to like.
I was
protect
worried for your
Nutsack
pee hole.
and butthole?
I'm not going to lie. When you were posting about this, all I could think is your poor pee hole.
Yeah. So literally, I'm sitting there going like, okay, I got to fucking figure this out.
What
So
if you just slowly, steadily piss yourself the entire time? So there's just fluid
He
coming
just
out.
let out a drop every.
But I knew
Hold
I
on.
didn't have that
Hold
kind
on,
of control.
boys. Before I submerge the bird, hold on. And you start the stream as you're going into the water, and everyone's confused. But you've got a game plan, dude. You're just
the whole
chugging
time.
waters like Austin Powers. Oh, stream's getting low. Hit up another liquid.
Shouldn't have had
death.
asparagus
Oh
before
shit! Yeah,
this.
exactly. Just
Hit up another Truly, dude.
you know it, dude. Like sitting there sipping on my Ghost or whatever the kids are having now. Prime, that's the new one.
That would
so
have been
yeah.
such a good prank if you peed in there and people ate it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
prank.
what a good prank that would get him sent to
in your own
jail
tub.
and sued.
Sit in it.
What a great
I
prank.
was so worried when they ate out of the tub.
Good one,
He
dude.
tricked people into eating his
Nah,
piss.
dude, I would've ate out of the tub,
What a good
too.
ass
Your hot
prank.
sauce buddy be like, dude, seriously?
They have to do a Mark Borison
Oh,
piss
man.
chili flavor.
Oh my god.
That would make me say, dude, seriously, is it your piss?
You know what's-
Dude, seriously, is it your piss?
I think you'd
Yeah,
love
I would
this.
be fucking upset.
Dude, seriously?
And then hold
It's
up the jar.
piss.
Hold up the jar to the camera. I did jar the chili. I have 6 fucking mason jars full of the chili bath.
Of
chili still.
Borison chili?
Oh yeah, Borison's fucking special
You
recipe.
did
dude.
When are
Dirty-
you gonna open it?
You
Year
did bath water.
2052.
You literally did the bath water. I'm selling dirty
I
bath water.
thought it would be hilarious, and I was like, so the
Dude,
whole.
Luke, eat some spicy
Hold on, let me
nuts.
finish the
No.
fucking story.
No.
I'll get
They're
to the
good.
end of
They're
it,
good.
and then I'll explain everything. Is that I wrapped my fucking dick and balls in a Ziploc bag, and then wrapped it with painter's tape so we were sealed in. I got maybe like a fucking eye dropper full of liquid in that bag. I've never been more proud of myself in my entire life. I was like, fuck yeah. But I really did joke. I was like, I'm gonna do the Belle Delphine and fucking bottle the chili, and then I was like, oh, I'll fucking sell, because a fuck ton of people showed up. It was crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
People would have bought that shit.
yeah, and I was just
That's a
gonna donate
good-ass
all the money
idea.
to fucking charity and be like, oh, somebody could use this. It'll be great. And so
Fuck charity. Take it
yeah,
for yourself.
I should have probably done that too. It probably would have worked out good. But then, like the next day, fucking CJ Uzoma gets interviewed, and it was like just someone asking the question about, would you bathe in chili? I'm like, motherfuckers, you definitely ignored my fucking attempts to reach out to you. I know you fucking heard from me and ran with this dude. And then people were printing fucking T-shirts that was like almost identical to the artwork I had. I have never been so mad at an entire
There's a
city
bunch
in my
of
entire life.
scumbags just trying to make money off of your whole
I don't even know that they were trying to make money off me, right? But it was really more about, I had this fucking idea. Then everybody was like, what if we ignore him like we have his entire career, and then we're just gonna fucking rip it off, and we're gonna watch him have a meltdown.
Were
online.
these
It
the
was beautiful.
Skyline jerks?
No, Skyline.
Stop bringing up Skyline. I don't
Yeah,
want to
it's
do
like,
any
please
more
don't get me fired.
editing.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm,
No.
just trying
Damn.
I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
No.
Someone stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
Yeah, the long and short of it is, I put such a bad taste in my mouth since that.
And those 2 people away from the tub.
Oh, God, dude, can you? I
Should've
could
peed
not
in it.
fucking. When the first person did, I was like, yeah. And then by the second person, I was like, okay, it's actually not funny now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually legitimately a little concerned.
People keep eating enough.
Yeah.
they're gonna
I did
see it.
freehand a fucking perfect golden star out of mustard on my chest.
I have a picture of it saved in my phone. Not to be creepy. I think I sent it to you afterwards.
so
Yeah. You're
wish
just like
we had these
lathering your
pictures.
chest.
Yeah, it was amazing.
with,
I couldn't
the-
believe it.
I
Where
can
do they go to
it. I can
find all
find
this?
it.
What's their what's your handle?
For what?
Anything that's gonna have mustard on your chest picture.
It should be. It's probably on my personal TikTok because I know I have a couple clips of that. But honestly, it'll be on the Jungle Gym's Facebook page for the Fairfield store. So I'm sure if you type in Jungle Gym's chili, you'll find the fucking live stream and everything too because we left it up.
I don't know that we're signed in on fucking.
There it is. Hold on, the big chili dip.
There
Oh,
it
maybe
is.
we did put it on YouTube. I'm so sorry. No, it's a Facebook link. My bad. I don't know how the internet works.
Jolly.
You're okay.
But yeah, Jolly Plumbing killed it, by the way. So that's the artwork.
When
and
was
then
this
a
again?
fucking shirt of that got made. What was it? January 22nd, I think it said.
Okay, cool. That gives me.
So wait,
but
were
then
you
that-
upset that a shirt got made?
Mostly because the artwork was like identical, and it was like people I thought I was like friends with. You
And
know,
they
not
didn't
to
get
say that
no,
I'm not
they didn't
necessarily
get a
friends
little
with
taste of
everybody.
that pie.
And it was one of, you know what it is? It's like that thing
Oh, it was
where
somebody you didn't fuck with that made.
no,
the
it's somebody I
art.
felt like I totally fucked with.
Yeah.
I felt absolutely. It was one of those moments of betrayal, which I hate to even say on air because
We'll
it's
pull
like,
that up
whatever.
on the thing.
Man, it's, you know what it is? I've spent my whole fucking career going to other people's shows and sharing their fucking shit and supporting them financially, especially when I had no goddamn money, always. So then, like, when I did something like this and I'm like, man, you guys couldn't fucking get me a couple extra shares, you know, like this kind of thing. And then after the fact, they're going to, like, literally lift my fucking art. Yeah, maybe that didn't actually happen, right? There's 100% potential that I'm fucking fabricating all of this, but it fucking visually happened in a way that like enough people came out and were like, what the fuck, dude?
That's
No,
you know,
you're
so that
probably
was
right.
nice.
Fucked
Somebody
up.
just tried to
Super
steal
fucked
Pat's
up.
art. Get
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah,
fucking,
that's fucking
well,
terrible.
hold on, let's
Yeah.
look at let's watch a second of the stream. Here you are.
Oh,
with the
I
mustard.
think you
How
literally
did I
scrubbed right
fucking
to it.
Nail that,
That
dude.
actually is
So wait,
really-
let me ask
crushed
real
that.
quick before we watch it. I mean, could you like masturbate afterwards? Like,
Oh, dude, you know what?
Immediately.
with
the first thing he did.
That
Was
was
it
the old, that
spicy?
was what I did in the tub. Here's a funny thing. So one of the companies that wanted to be involved at one point kept going. Every time you'd reach out to them, they'd be like, "Oh, we don't know how we feel about a naked man in this event." And then I'd have to. It was like a weird, like it almost felt like a weird Seth MacFarlane joke. They were like, "I'm like, well, I'm not going to be naked. We're in a grocery store, so like, I like legally can't be naked." They're like, "Yeah, but we don't want a naked man." And I'm like, are you reading what the fuck I'm saying? It was like such a weird event. It was one of those fun things where I'm just like, whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I hope that answered that well. frustrated. Sorry, I always like to come on here and get a little real.
As you should.
I don't ever have an opportunity to do it.
Is this right when you did it?
I think this is literally the moment right
How did
here.
I find it perfectly?
Oh my God!
I remember taking the screenshot like yesterday.
There it is. I can't believe how good this game is.
you're good.
I'm like, I'm a shitty fucking artist, dude.
Dude, fucking put this on
This
YouTube.
is your legacy, Mark.
Clip
Yeah, it's
this.
right
Put
here.
this on YouTube.
Fucking perfect. Holy shit.
I need to find time
beautiful.
to do that kind of thing. That's the thing. It's like
Gold star made of fucking mustard on your chest and a
Yeah,
vat
like-
of chili.
And then no company's like, okay, well, let's go ahead and never talk to him again after this. I'm like, this is your actually, all kidding aside, Gold Star was like so cool and very fun, and they like 100% got the joke from the jump. I'm like, look, I just made this stupid fucking post. It's silly. I don't really care, but I thought it'd be funny to do a thing in this. So I'm like, no, we're in.
That's
It's like a major meme of Cincinnati.
Yeah.
This
to
all
bathe in chili, have
Yeah.
shots of chili.
So imagine how fucking angry I was the next day to see a bunch of posts about just dudes drinking a can of it.
I
They were
felt
like,
for you.
He chugged a fucking can. I'm like, cool. I fucking lived that life.
It's funny though that fucking guy that set you up with a whole ass studio was just like, yeah, dude, if you can get the tub and the chili, let's go.
Yeah.
Set this up, full send. Let's go right now.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah,
like
it's
I literally,
incredible.
I feel like if there's like a weird karmic
He built
balance
you
to
a
existence-
studio. I don't know if we touched on it for
We
real.
really didn't ever finish that. Yeah,
here's
yeah.
here's the studio, listeners. If you're on YouTube, check it out. He built this dope ass backdrop that Mark got the design. He's got a nice table with these fucking good mic, not these shitty $13 mic stands we're using with these fucking shitty $50 mics. No, $500 a piece SM7 mics that are like the top of the top class fucking microphone that you could put on a setup.
They
fucking,
custom built the table for me, dude.
God damn, dude.
So, like, all the
design in the background looks dope. And
So
you're,
cool.
Clothes
and you're
now.
rocking
my
the
Jungle
clothes.
Gyms camo.
I love that you fucking got
amazing.
this like deal because
I really
like you're
appreciate
great at this shit,
awesome.
and I'm stoked that you're the one that got the opportunity to do that. Because like I remember you telling me, can I talk about the?
Yeah, fuck yeah. They by the way, they've been cool about that pretty much from the jump. They were almost more surprised. They're like, oh, you didn't tell people? I was like, well, I mean,
I didn't know.
I thought I wasn't supposed to. I felt like that's a thing, and they're like, well,
You tell that story, the setup story to meeting
yeah.
them, and they're asking you what podcast you listen to.
oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So I met them. I just shot that ad for Pepsi in the NFL.
I'm sorry to interrupt. It's Jungle and his brother, right?
It was his it was like him and one of his sons.
All right, okay,
I don't know if he has a brother, to be honest.
gotcha.
With you. But like other people, it was like pretty much pretty much the brain trust for the company is who I interviewed with.
Sure.
And it was awesome. But I just shot this the whole thing was like a shit show from the jump. I just shot the ad for Pepsi. One of my buddies hits me up and he's like, yo, I hear Jungle Gyms is trying to do a podcast. He's like, you gotta be the guy. And he's like an old school marketing guy, and he's actually the one that printed this jacket for me too. He's got a cool,
yeah.
I'll get his info later. He's got a cool little shop. But so I, at the time I had like a good gig at my last job. I was doing hosting for a tech company out of Florence, Kentucky, and I'm like, all right, this is fine. We'll fucking I was enjoying it. It was kind of like the job I have now, where it was like I didn't have a ton of oversight, and I made weekly content. It was awesome. Yeah. And I didn't know what to think. I had some friends that had worked at Jungle Gyms before who had varying reviews after leaving the company, and I was kind of like, well, and I'm like one of those cynics in general. I was like, oh, I hope it's not the bad one. And then I so anyway, so mind you, for the Pepsi commercial I was in, they shaved my head and my chest all into tiger stripes. So I looked fucking insane, right? Like I looked like a SoundCloud
You showed
rapper.
up looking insane.
Oh,
to
for
this
sure.
Interview.
Well, even worse. So like I get a call and it's Jungle's assistant Josie, and my phone does the call screening thing, and like the Google answering thing is like, oh, hey, you've gotten Mark's Google answering service. Tell us who the fuck you are. And it's coming up on the screen, and she's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? So I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then she says her name and shit, and I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, I just blow this job already. I get on the phone.
No, they were stoked about that. They were like, hell yeah, this guy rules.
She was not. I don't think
He's
she
the
was.
coolest guy.
Yeah.
He fucking red buttoned me.
What a badass, dude.
Yeah.
Get him on the payroll now. We'll try to negotiate.
Oh yeah, right. Exactly. It was like, what can I do?
I don't know. He'll take us.
It's like that
Yeah.
Seinfeld episode where George was trying to get that job by being the opposite. And
Yes.
He's like, I love it. You're hired. Promoted.
I mean, that really kind of felt like that in the moment. So they bring me in. It's all good. I have one interview. They apparently interviewed a bunch of other people, and then I got called back in. I think it was the second interview, and this is one of my favorite moments ever at the store, where I get everything. They're kind of like, what would you do a show about? And I'm like, oh, because by the way, the whole background is that Jungle did someone else's podcast, and he's like, why the fuck is this? You mentioned the broom closet. I'm like, that's exactly. He was like, why are these always in a broom closet? This should be a show. He's like, we got to build a room for this.
What a beautiful thing to hear in a setup for a job. Like, fuck a broom closet, fucking like regular stupid show that you're recording out of the leftover space. I'm gonna build you a studio. You're like, my dick is already bursting through my jeans right now.
Excellent. Build me a studio.
No, I did. It's like the flaming Elmo.
Thanks, Pat.
Dude, I literally fucking laughed at them when they said that in the studio. They're like, well, what if we built you a studio? I'm just like, what? I literally, I do that thing. I look around the room and everybody's just like looking at me normal.
Serious?
I was like, oh, fuck, for real? And then he like shows me his design for it.
But
He's
when
like,
they're asking what
Jesus.
content that you're gonna do for the
so
show,
I'm sitting down with a few of the brain trust at it's like the final day where they're like, okay, this is what you've agreed upon for this. Is effectively we're like signing the contract, right? It's a couple.
dude,
weeks
tell the
beforehand.
truth. You were behind the bananas and the cheese section in the boat doing bumps. Come on, tell the real story. That's how this meeting feels like it went.
Yeah, right. You know what's funny?
So we're doing this, right?
What's so
Most definitely, totally, absolutely.
Shit, I'm
100%.
building a whole studio. The Jungle was gonna commit to it the next day, like fucking coke hungover.
It's so funny because it's like for all the craziness, it's so not mundane. I would never say that, but like it's just like normal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting with these two guys, and they're like, "Oh, so what podcast do you listen to?" And I was like, and I just listened to Mel Brooks on Conan O'Brien. I was like, Conan O'Brien, that's safe and funny, kind of publicly.
Sure.
We'll be okay with that.
Yeah, try
And
not to
then-
blow the job.
Right, exactly. And then he's like, "No, what do you really listen to? I know that's not what the fucking answer is." And I was just
dude,
like,
I would have started rising out of my seat.
I seriously sat there and I was just like, and now that I know him in particular, he's like, he's fucking awesome. It was like, he's one of the most effortlessly funny people I've ever met.
Thanks.
And he's like, you're welcome, dude. It's great to see you again. He fucking,
Dude, shut the fuck up. With your confident ass fucking raccoon
I'm
tail
cutting
hat.
those locks.
What are you doing with
Yeah.
these locks right now?
Yeah, seriously.
Could somebody take these locks from him?
Can't be weak.
Keep going.
on
Keep going.
the road.
He's like, what do you really listen to? What do you really
what
listen
do you
to?
really listen to? And I'm like, I'm like literally signing the paper. I was like, you promise this is not going to affect my future employment, correct? I
You're
was like,
blowing on the ink to make sure it's dry?
yeah, for sure. And he's like, yeah, no, why? And by the way, the whole time, this is the first time I'd ever met this dude at this point at all. And he's just like super cool, laid back. He's been like cutting up with me the whole time. Made a couple of deep cut Pootie Tang references where I was like, okay, I think we're all right. And I was like, okay, the show's called Come Town. He's got his notepad out. He's like, Come Town, like I think it's spelled. And I was like, yes. And he's like, what do you like about it? And I was like, well, dude, it's just like three
The
funny
cum,
dudes kind
the
of, yeah,
cum.
exactly. All of the cum. I was just like, it's like three dudes just talking shit. And I said, it's kind of refreshing to hear them just sort of be shitheads, you know?
Yeah.
they-
Making $90,000 a month.
It was insane. That was the other thing I told
On
him. I was
Patreon.
like, yeah. And he liked that too. And then started listening to it. So it was like a thing we bonded over where it was like slowly but surely it started going around a lot. Because he was like my age, maybe, I think maybe a little older, just a little younger than me. So it was like everybody that was like late 30s was just suddenly discovering Come Town. They're like, oh, so I heard about the Come Town show that you like? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well.
Nick Mullen says the N-word a lot.
But he bleeps it. No, you know? Oh my god, that whole bit is so ridiculous. And every time it happens, I'm
Every
like,
time
oh
it
my
gets the
god.
beep on the soundboard.
Yeah,
or
so
whatever.
now someone who knows me but doesn't know that show, they'll be like, "Oh, that's the type of shit you think is funny." It's like, well, he's not actually saying canceled. He's right, exactly. I could use to be canceled. I'm fucking broke, guys.
That's so funny to me that you were like the worst possible show that's out there on the internet is what I listen to, and they're like, "Fucking yeah, dude, sold. Well, how
Yeah.
much money do you need for the studio?" I
Right.
would have been coming in like. I would have been like, you know, in Half Baked when Dave Chappelle gets the whole thing and he's like, and he's falling. That would have been me getting that job
for
right
sure.
then, dude. You
Oh, my
fucking,
God.
you lucked out. And like I said, grocery store podcast in your head, you're like, gay, no thanks, nah, I'm cool. And then you watch it, and it's like, wow, this is good content.
Well, there's, like, a lot of
you went to
shit.
like 50 West Brewing and fucking saw they make sour beers and stuff like that. You've got
exclusive.
interviews with everybody from the different departments. It's such a good show.
Thanks, dude.
For no reason. There's no reason a grocery store
There is a
podcast
reason.
should be as good
It
as
is
your show.
hosted by a very
And you're killing
handsome
it.
and talented
Thank you.
and knowledgeable man.
Dude, you know what I
What's
really
his dick taste like?
Yeah. Apricot.
Sharp cheddar.
Sharp cheddar.
Lick it on the
I
pod.
gotta say, dude,
Lick it on the
seriously.
pod.
Gold
Dude,
Star chili.
Yeah,
seriously.
it's still to this day. You can still, there's a faint taste of oyster cracker in the background. You know what I really want to say,
Is that
though?
what the host been saying?
What's so fucking cool about the company is that, and like I think the thing, everybody's like, Jungle's crazy, and there's like the fucking bananas and blow rumor and all that shit, but like what he's really fucking good at. He knew me for like an hour and a half total. It was like, I'm going to reroute my legendary store to have a shrine to you in the entrance. Like, I'm exaggerating saying it that way, obviously, but like, that's how it fucking feels. There are days where I'm like, I walk in and there's pictures of me and video and like this fucking thing that I had like so much, poured so much of myself into it. What I think is really important to note, and God, I hope somebody fucking in a position of power hears this and really fucking it resonates with them.
They won't. Don't worry.
No,
this
of
is
course.
Bastard sermon.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only
What do you
people that
mean?
listen.
No one's listening.
They're all listening and they're pretending not to. No, you gotta fucking let creative people do their thing. You hide, like the biggest perk to me about going to jungle gyms from any other job I've ever had is that while I've never necessarily felt like my neck was being stepped on, this is the first place where I'm like, I have to like almost unlearn my entire life because they're like, oh, that's all you wanted to do? I'm like, oh shit. They're like, no, be crazy. Or like, yeah, you fucking bathed in chili. What's next? I'm like, oh shit, dude, I honestly didn't think you'd say yes to this. I'm so used to, you spend your whole life in a creative space where they're just like, hey Mark, we love your personality, we love your attitude, don't ever fucking bring it here, sit in this box, do exactly this. And again, that's exaggeration. My previous employers have been cool, but like,
Sure, I get what you mean.
they're
though.
just literally like, dude, it's like a place where your boss comes in and he goes, hey, you hear about Liquid Death? And I'm like, yeah, I love Liquid Death. He's like, yeah, they're pretty cool. What if we built a big Liquid Death can out in the pool out front and it could be like a fountain pouring into the pool? And I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome, dude. And it's like all the shit you want to have in your life. And you're like, this dude has like a team of people to do it for him.
Yeah.
Like he'll be like, listen, we're building this can and here's how we need it to work. You figure out the fucking details.
He has so many connections. I mean, he has to. That way that he can fucking stock the store that he stocks and like to have all the events that he has up there and stuff like that. Plus
so
the
glad
Eastgate
they're back,
location, it's fucking dope. And there's the Hot Sauce YouTube channel from the Eastgate store, which
Oh, yeah.
by the way, good channel, not as good as Mark's though. Mark's put in some
it's all
fucking
good.
serious
Mike's
content.
fucking awesome though.
Mike rules.
Yeah.
David Fetty, who came on our show, was actually on one of those episodes.
Oh,
but I was
cool.
watching it. They were making him eat cat food, and I was like, I could never say yes to this fucking
Ooh,
shit.
yeah.
This
Do
is
you,
a hard.
do you think Jungle Jim would come on the Bastard Sermon
Can we
if
get
they
him?
asked him?
I don't know.
What if we have bumps, dude?
I think-
And a jelly hallway?
He asked you about
Like, we
Come
can't
Town.
get jelly tunnels, but what we
He's
can
not.
do.
I've never talked to Jungle about Come Town. It was like the under Jungle people were the ones that.
Would
knew
you
about
ever
Come
bring
Town.
it? Tell him about like, hey,
Jungle?
you might like Come Town.
I'd probably have to be like, listen, it's like it's that older thing. I'm like, I mean, like I know we're cool. I don't know if we're like saying come to each other cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jungle's been on the show though, and he's cool
Yeah,
as
he's
fuck.
been- dude,
he
he's always-
dresses up weird. He's got all these like weird outfits that he likes wearing. Like he'll fucking dress like a punk rock dude and just like walk through and fucking just be this big giant personality that you want. The dude that runs the weird grocery store with the Campbell's soup swing set, fucking
Right.
like. That's who you want to have be the owner, and like this eccentric fucking
He's a
weird
real life
character.
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, and
He
he's
really-
hired
I mean,
another.
dude.
He's hired a fucking Oompa Loompa in Willy Wonka training for him.
I
and shit
kind of
that.
feel like that's a little bit of the secret sauce there, right? He's
Yeah.
the only other adult I know with. A
he hires
costume
other Oompa
closet.
Loompas that are weird like him and fucking gets them in there.
Yeah, and I'm down. I'm down to do whatever. I was like, let's go.
He seems like the kind of guy that makes me think of Dr. Evil getting a mini me. Like he'd clone himself and have a little miniature version of him walking
Oh
around.
my God, I'm
That's
gonna
a little
just pitch-
asshole.
That rules.
Jungle would be the type of dude that if I like brought in another Mark, like I found like a mini Mark, he'd probably be like, "That's fucking great." Like I feel like he would love that. Like that's the type of shit. He's just like, "Oh, that's fucking crazy. Go for it." It's so cool.
You know
We've
what
got
I
Pat
love?
here
I
too,
love
and we
you.
haven't touched. I love you too. I love you all. We haven't touched on Pat's thing at all though, and we're running out of time dramatically. We got to do this again. We got to fucking get you back in here. But before we get into Pat's thing on the Patreon, we're doing a whole Obi-Wan series breakdown. There'll be clips on the YouTube if you guys want to check it out for free when we're done with that. But we've got a whole structure for it. We're gonna break down the whole series on the Patreon. Go and check that out at patreon.com/thebastardsermon. $5 a month unlocks all the bonus content as well as the Obi-Wan episode that we're about to do right after this episode, and all the Bastard LLCs. We just did 13th Warrior with Nick. I just put up a free Bastard LLC with Blake Hammond, Terror on the Prairie. Go and check that out so you don't have to watch their piece of shit movie. We do a full hour spoiler-laden review that's a complete breakdown of the entire like movie. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to give Daily Wire $15 and support shitty causes. You can give it to us instead for free on YouTube, or go to our Patreon and fucking support us there. But you don't have to give the Daily Wire any fucking money. You're welcome.
I'm like sorry that you guys had to watch Ben Shapiro make a movie.
It was so bad.
The craziest thing in life. I get that he's, I'm not gonna say he's like not intelligent at all. He's obviously clearly
Was that Ben
educated.
Shapiro directed?
I think he just produced, right?
Okay, I didn't.
I don't know. I
didn't
don't know.
He had
I'm just
anything to do with it.
I'm thinking just isn't
He's just
he Daily
on the
Wire?
he's on the platform. I don't
I
think.
thought, I thought
But-
Daily Wire was his thing.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
didn't
like
know
it's
that.
kind of like he's Jeff Bezos to them.
That's
if that
how
makes sense.
disconnected I am politically.
It's
I don't
good.
know.
Apparently, they have more of a reach than like most news channels on Facebook. Like that's how they get their clips and everyone knows about them is because I think they had just released these. They spent like
They're the worst
80
news channel and the
we
worst
already
social
Derailed
media.
off Pat's
They
fucking
spent
art.
$80,000.
We're going back to Pat's art. Don't
They
worry.
spent
We have
$80,000 on marketing and promotion alone online.
holy shit. Yeah, I just whispered Terror on the Prairie next to my phone, and every ad on Facebook is Terror on the Prairie now. And I'm like, fucking whatever, just dropping our YouTube links on every single fucking sponsored ad, shit like that. Fucking yeah, trying to
That's actually
subvert
brilliant.
all their views.
Yeah.
Send them to us. Let's go into Pat's thing. We're at an hour, but I think we could squeeze 15 more minutes out of this before we do the reads. You guys cool with that? We got time? You're looking real sad right now. You okay?
You okay,
Tired?
Lloyd?
All right, let's power through it. Tell us about Dark Bountiful, Pat.
Yeah, so I'm kind of doing art for this company called Mood Mats, which if you don't know, you kind of have to be like a major stoner to kind of know. Now, I didn't know really much about this shit before I got into this.
Are these the mood mats right here that I have on screen?
Yeah, so I did the Bender mats there. So basically, they're like dab mats. You can use them as mouse pads. They're highly collectible, which I had no idea what the fuck they were about 4 months ago until someone asked me. And if I haven't heard about it, and someone comments in my arm, and I ask them like, "What is that? What is that?" And they invited me to a bunch of Facebook groups.
This looks like a coaster, Patrick.
You can use it as a coaster.
Oh,
so
you have one
I
right
brought
now?
one.
It's like art trivet.
There's a black mark on the back. This is my copy, so it doesn't get sold. I dropped it before I came.
Can we
here.
have it?
So no.
Come on, dude.
I should have. I have another one I can give you guys, but they're so highly collectible
Let me see
that
it.
people basically scalp them off the website.
This is beautiful, dude. This
See-
is the scene from Princess Mononoke with the fucking he's
Spirited
smoking
Away.
Yeah. What the fuck? There's
It
a
all
big
looks the
feast or
same.
whatever. They do. They're all by
They really
fucking
do,
Studio
yeah.
Ghibli, but it's
Yeah.
got the water spirit. Dude, this is so well done. Like
You can see the little guys carrying little nugs of weed. But yeah, people use it for their dab rigs mostly. That's what they're collectible for. So it's big with stoners and stuff. I'm not that big. I like to smoke weed, but I'm not a big stoner. I don't know shit about dabbing. I don't know shit about rigs and all this stuff. There's a picture on here, which is like a mood mat that's coming out in a couple of months of the Piranha plant that says
Oh, cool.
710. He's like, put 710 on that. The guy I work with who runs
one
the
right
whole
here?
thing. And, yeah, he's like,
Big
put
old
710. I was
bag.
like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, it's oil. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm all into this shit, and they sell out like instantly within like a half hour, and I have to sign them and number them, and they're all limited edition.
That's super fucking cool, dude.
And then a website. Did you see it? This is a cork bottom one. Usually they're made out of like recycled plastic and shit from the road.
are these all going on to mood mats?
No, I was just sending stuff that I
Okay.
work on.
I got you. These Bender ones look so sick though.
So
The
these were
fucking
like
spaceship.
a limited edition of 65. Now the thing is personally, I think I'm limited on the kind of art that I do on these things because you can only have so many colors.
Okay.
So I could only use like 6 colors on this one, for example, because anything that's a UV is extra collectible. Like people, so this particular one was a big one for me because it sold out instantly, and then the company Mood Mats, who runs the whole thing, they made their own variant, which was like a blue variant, and it was like their highest like posts that they've ever had, and it was like 1,100 something, and I was like, holy shit! So I feel like I've really put my name down as a staple in this company and doing these kind of collectible things. So it's pretty cool. They're really collectible, and people will scalp them and shit. And then
What's this coin shit that you're doing?
so okay,
Coin?
Cody. So there is.
Should I not have moved on to the coin thing?
No, I'm just fucking around.
I'm here for coins.
I'm
Yeah,
just fucking.
bong
with you.
coasters. I get it.
So yeah. So they're kind of
they
cool.
look cool. They look
If
cool.
you want any,
Dark Mountain Colt. Check it
follow
out.
my shit.
I'm not trying to fuck you over here. But
And then I do this other thing with this military guy. His name is Fen Smash, and he makes
Fen Smash.
military medals and other kinds of coins, which I guess are using like D&D or something.
Oh, cool.
I don't really know.
where are the pictures of the coins, dude?
It's not released yet, so I don't have anything. It comes out later this week.
How good do they look? Have you got a test copy?
I got a picture on my phone.
All right. Yeah.
So
send that to the Bastard Sermon fucking Instagram. I'll pull it up on the screen for everybody to see.
But yeah, he basically makes coins, and now he's focusing on gaming stuff. So I've been working with him on that, and we have a bunch of different stuff. Like right now, we do military themed things. So I'm doing this one. Sorry, I'm trying to pull this up for us.
Can I fit a whole coin in my ass? Or
they're pretty big, apparently.
So yes.
Only if you use butter.
But yes, you have to use
recommend
warm
a stick of butter before I get the coin in there, or after? Like as a soothing, like as a buttery aloe sort of situation.
Here, just pass that around real
quick. Send it to the thing. What are you doing?
I have to go through so many more steps now.
No, just one more step.
Is it on the Instagram, right?
Yeah, to the Instagram.
Yeah.
You already sent like 40. You don't know how to do one more? Come on. You got this. I believe in you.
Right on. But yeah, he's making coins of this shit, and right now we're doing Halo ones, and I'm doing like a Marine one that's going on right now where it's like Years of War. So instead of like the actual like Marine logo, I guess I can't find you on here.
It's all right. Just hold it up to the camera.
It doesn't matter. There it is.
All right.
This is cool.
Great. Could have just showed you the picture, guys. Could have just tossed it around.
I love that.
I sent you one. But basically, it's right up on the top there.
Sends it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it came out
So
awesome.
on the other side is like a matching design with a different character, but I'm doing one that's Gears of War related, where instead of like the actual Marine logo, it's like the cog with the Reaver on top and the torque bow and the Lancer rifle, and on the other side is Marcus Phoenix like shredding through someone
Torque
in the
bow
same.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so
Torque bow
that's
fucks.
other things I've been working on there too.
That's so
Right
cool.
on, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're successful doing this shit. It
Well,
seems like a
thanks.
fucking horrible grind trying to sell artwork. Because I do the same thing right now, and it sucks balls, and I hate it, and fuck doing that.
It is a grind, yeah, absolutely.
The worst thing I've ever tried to do ever. Just to put your shit up that you've spent fucking 40 hours on to get 6 likes. Yeah, sick. Oh, what do I gotta do? I gotta sit all day long on my phone and fucking like other people's bullshit that I don't care about at all, just to hopefully get one more like. Fucking
Facebook
God
sucks
damn
for
it.
art.
Facebook, Instagram, it all sucks. And I think
Yeah.
Reddit's the only way to fucking promote anything. And everybody there is a cocksucker. So
Oh my God.
it's
Yeah.
horrible all the way around. I don't
Reddit
know
is
if
where
you
it's at.
navigated this community, but you fucking.
I'd have to show you some tricks on that, because it just depends on how you post it, what you say. There's a bunch of rules, and it's like something you just kind of have to like be on it long enough to really understand what's going on.
Well, I understand. It's fucking annoying, and I hate
Well,
it.
I know how
get it.
I've been watching you do it, and you're really confrontational about people who kind of argue with you. So I can imagine someone giving you shit online. You have everybody that you know
Me
with Reddit getting
confrontational?
shitty with
What?
it and all this other thing. So
Y'all lose so much.
just gotta not
business
freak
by
out on
burning
people.
every-
Right.
You're gonna get downvoted to shit, then you're never gonna post.
All my posts get upvoted. What do you mean? None
Make
of
up
it's.
an email and a new
Front
account.
page.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
just
front
make another
page.
account.
No, the 6 upvotes. Not. Yeah, we're not at Patrick Seta fucking 900,000 upvotes level and shit. Every time I see your post, it's like 700 upvotes, and I'm like, how are you doing this? Magic?
I think after a certain amount of like karma that you have, your posters just automatically show on people's hot page. I got
Alright.
invited to I made this one post which was like a security video that my work doesn't know about, where this guy was beating the shit out of a bush, and you helped me with this video
Yeah.
a little bit, so thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Dude.
But they invited me to like these premium like Reddit pages called like Popular Club and stuff,
Are
and
you in the
there's
Eternity Club now?
yeah, and they're so stupid. I don't know
Yeah.
what exactly
Dude,
you post in
I,
them.
there's like a fucking chat room. I post in there all the time, and I'm just like, well, this is boring. Let's
Super
at least
dumb.
be friends. And then, yeah, it's not.
It's just like a
never
bunch
fun.
of selfies or some shit. But only like people who have like certain amount of karma are allowed in there. But then
Yeah.
there's times where like things will blow up and they'll get like I went to like a mechanic and I had like a Skyrim air freshener, and so the guy snuck a note of loose leaf with a greasy handprint on it and said "We know" on it, and I shared it online and it got like 18,000 upvotes,
That's
and
fucking awesome.
then they locked that shit. It's like
Why?
this thing is blowing up too fast.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You can't have too much. Yeah, I fucking hate.
It's
Reddit.
really strange. You got to know the rules about.
You
behind
can't be
it.
too popular.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't
If
be
things
too
blow up
popular.
too fast,
if you follow their fucking vague ass rules, not exactly to their fucking autism tees, then you're off the site forever. Like that's what makes me confrontational because I'm just filled with federal agents and police is what it feels like. People that can't wait to tell you that you broke the rules and you're out of the club.
There's
Suck
some
my
snobs.
whole dick. How about that?
Oh, such
I need to make
snobs.
like 8 burner accounts because I know I'm gonna be going through accounts like crazy. So I got a free VPN just recently, and I was like, create like 9 Reddit accounts. Let those babies bake in the oven for about 6 months. Because that's another thing. You can't just have an account and post. Nope. Some clubs only 6 months you got to be on Reddit before you post. Another one you got to be on there for 5 fucking years before you can
Here's
post.
a tip.
You got to have so much karma, and I'm like,
Here's a
fuck
tip
this shit.
to be successful on Reddit. All right, so
Don't be me.
Let's say, don't be passive aggressive and confrontational like
Post
Cody.
nudes.
I'm not passive aggressive. I'm directly aggressive.
But let's say you're on the video.
passive.
Let's say you're on the gaming page. There's like 35 million people on that page.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see right next to it that there's a certain amount of people online. You know, certain days will have 50,000. Some days will have 8,000. If you post on the days with 50,000, that's 50,000 people that have their phone open to the gaming page, and they'll see your shit. Almost a huge majority are on the news side. So there's a tip.
You're like the Midwest Mr. Beast. Like just over here,
Beast, yeah.
sitting on your phone instead of doing actual IT work all day long, like figuring
job's
out
a joke.
how
Yeah.
and when exactly to
That's perfect.
I
fucking
draw all day.
post on Reddit. Like,
I
I'm like, how
played
does Pat have
Teenage
time
Mutant
to do
Ninja
this?
Turtles on my Steam Deck today. That's what I did all day.
How do you like your Steam Deck?
It's okay. That's a whole subject in
Oh,
itself.
we'll do it.
We're
That's-
running out of time,
yeah,
boys.
Sorry. Well,
It's
yeah.
awesome
I wanted
and
to
also
plug your
sucks
shit.
at the same time.
Do you have anything else you want to plug real quick?
Oh, just if you're interested in those mood mats that Cody wasn't interested in at all during this podcast,
I was so interested.
You go to my Instagram, Dark Mountain Cult, and you get some limited edition thing. Anything you buy, you could sell for way more down the road. They increase in value almost instantly, and they sell out instantly. So if you want anything and you're a stoner or whatever, just hit me up. I'll save one on the side for you or something. I got a couple Futurama ones coming out, and I got like a Mario one coming out. They only pop out once a month, and then they sell out super quick. So
Get
hit me
the
up if you want
limited
one.
edition Setas.
Yeah, I'll sign it for
yeah.
you.
Mark Borison, where do we go to
Seta.
find your shit, buddy?
I'm on all major podcast platforms. The Jungle Gyms podcast. You'll find a little cute cartoon drawing of me. You can. I've got like submit an idea, pitch page, and a bunch of other stuff at junglegyms.com/WJJI, which is the name of the studio.
Did you get to pick that name too?
No, that was a Jungle idea. He was just like, we call it WJJI because it's W Jungle Gyms
Jungle Gyms
International.
International, yeah.
The big one for me right now is I've been running their TikTok for like the last 2 months. I think we just launched it. So I've been doing like a shit ton of content there. We blew up pretty quick on there.
21.8K followers. Hell yeah, buddy.
And I mean, like, you know, like some of the newer videos have been okay, but like I want my fucking million. But
It's a
You'll
hit or
get it.
miss site, isn't it?
it's, you know, the thing is, I feel like a crypto bro with TikTok where I'm like, you got to get on there. But like the thing, it doesn't seem great for the podcast material. It seems more great for me talking shit about stupid things like, oh, the bag of chips is half empty. You know what I mean?
It's weird also. I mean, I don't know much about
Yeah.
TikTok, but my buddy Gabe Kroger, who's been on the show a couple times, he asked me to do like some video work with him where we did like Harry Potter kind of Leonard Kenny.
Oh, we
kinda,
saw
oh,
it.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's super cringy.
We saw it.
It's super cringy, but it got like 70,000 views and shit. I'm like, people like this shit. It's so dumb.
The thing
It's my excuse to see my dude. So I will go and record videos any fucking time
For
that
sure.
guy wants. And if anybody's giving me shit about it, why don't you look at the video where Cody's Black Viper
no,
and
you
he's every fucking time he talks.
You could get some dick whenever you want. You could see your dude whenever you want.
No,
You
I
don't
guess so.
have to make a bad Harry Potter video that
Yeah.
blows up
Oh.
for 9-year-olds on TikTok.
Hey,
Anyways,
whatever.
Hey, whatever.
Thanks,
I don't
dude.
give a
So
shit.
this episode's
Yeah, like,
sponsored
money
by.
I
spends
like
the
doing creative
same.
shit.
Yeah.
I like doing fun shit.
I'm just
I'll do
fucking with you. I
whatever.
love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude.
But I'll admit they are
I'm
cringy.
sorry,
They
dude.
are
I know I
cringy.
got you, though.
Triggered.
Dude, I know.
Very cringy.
The
I know
whole
I
fucking
spit roasted
platform's
you, dude.
cringy.
I don't
sorry.
know about that.
It's contributing to the
That's how you
dumbing
tell Pat
down.
really doesn't feel good about something that he made. He has to go on about how he fucking like. At
I
least
love
I'm
my
doing
friends
something.
and I will fucking
Yeah,
die for
I'm
them,
not doing
and I
this
swear
gay
to
ass
God-
podcast that you're doing right now. Fucking. At least I'm out here trying stuff, man.
Well,
Tearing up.
there you go.
It's
All
nice to have
Thanks,
you back.
guys. Thanks, guys.
It was honestly, it was super good seeing the both of you again. I
Yeah,
love you
thanks
both
for having
so
us.
Doing a
much,
whole
bro.
Obi-Wan breakdown. Fucking go check the Patreon
Follow the
out.
Patreon, dude.
Do the first read. Let's get into the Patreon.
All right, man. So I was listening to another episode of the Bastard Sermon last week, driving down the fucking Oklahoma highway. You know what I'm saying?
I'll kill
And
myself
I
right
fucking-
now.
I heard that Luke was saying that they were trying to talk down the price at Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop down to 10%, and I was like, hold the fucking phone. I turned my fucking my truck around, hightailed it back to Cincinnati, so I could A, record this podcast, B, go yell at some motherfuckers at Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. So I put them in a rear naked fucking choke, and I was like, listen here, buddy, you're going to raise that discount for all Bastard Sermon listeners to 15%. And you can get 15% off of your orders of water bongs, bowls. You can get cones, lighters. You can get kratom. You can get just about fucking anything you need, except for the super dope dab pads, the moon mats that Patrick is selling at Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop. And you can check out all of their wares at scarletvapeandsmokeshop.com. And you can find one of the two locations for Scarlet Vape and Smoke Shop at 937 Monmouth Street, Newport, Kentucky, 41071. And the other one is at 11424 Montgomery Road, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45249.
This episode is also sponsored by Bobby Bronson from The Decorated Body. He runs the tattoo shop in the historic Pendleton district of OTR called The Decorated Body. Check him out at The Decorated Body on Instagram and at BG Bronson for all of Bobby's artwork. He's always doing really sick-ass fucking dope anime tattoos that everyone said when he was doing his apprenticeship, nobody's going to get these tattooed. Everyone's getting them tattooed to the point to where he can only open his books like 3 times a year.
That's awesome.
So add him on Instagram. He's always got drawings
really
where you can
cute.
put in like $10 and you might be able to get a little I forget what they call it, like a surprise spot on his booking list. Follow him so that you know when his books are opening up. If anime shit's your thing, and I'm assuming you fucking nerds like it because you're listening to us, go and follow that because you might want something from him. There's other artists that are down there as well. Go to the Decorated Body page and check out everybody that's up at the Decorated Body.
Congrats, Bobby. That's really cool, by
Bobby
the way.
rules.
He's cute.
Bobby rules. This shop is super successful. I'm happy for him.
Also,
Go-
check out
Alright.
banginsnacks.net. They bring in snacks from all over the world. Really, really good prices. All kinds of stuff that we don't have here, and we've done a bunch of reviews on them. And
And
almost
way cheaper on banginsnacks.net than they are at Jungle Gyms. Way cheaper.
That's
How
right.
dare you?
not wrong, but yeah. And if you use the code BASTARD or BASTARDS, you save 15% off. We've gotten a lot of stuff from there. We've liked most of it. Check it out.
Do you want to experience Jungle Gyms from the comfort of your phone?
Oh,
Banging snacks,
how dare you?
Banging
Shot.
snacks.
How dare both of you? I was like, well, I was only staying for a few parts. I'm staying for one less now. Oh, shit.
Fuck you.
Do we have something?
Yeah.
I was going to turn it off.
The plug. Fuck you, we like the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Fuck You, We Like the Bengals is a podcast that's hosted by Alex Schubert and Lloyd Johnson, our very own. Go and check that out. We actually just walked in on a recording with Rami, one of their friends, and fucking Lloyd and Alex. And it was,
One of the cutest guys I've ever seen.
it was a funny time. I was laughing out loud in the middle of, like, trying not, like, biting my hands to make sure that I wasn't being too loud in the background mics or whatever. But they were fucking crushing it. That's coming back. The Bengals season is coming back. Fucking make sure you go and support the Bengals and the Fuck You We Like the Bengals podcast. You're going to get weekly updates on them roasting the teams the Bengals are going to play ahead of time. You know we're going to win it this year, baby. You know we're going to the Super Bowl. You know we're fucking taking it home. So go and check that podcast out and get in on the bandwagon. Hell yeah. All right, what else? Dark Mountain Cult, we already plugged it. Jungle Gyms, we plugged that. Anything else? Anything you can think of, Lloyd?
I think we're good.
You look the saddest you've ever
Crunchbite
looked.
Gaming.
All right. Crunchback Gaming. Yep. Goodbye. Patreon.